Cheers, and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yes, we're doing a taste test for the homemade cider. Just no kit, just dumped a bunch of good apple juice in there, 100% apple juice, unfiltered, just very, very thick.
So no pre-kit or anything like that?
No kit, no preservatives, no sugar, no water, no nothing. And I did tell you in the first video you want to shake it up because you want to get all the stuff off the bottom because it's got minerals and stuff that the yeast is going to need. I should have put some yeast energizer or actually nutrient in there, but it wasn't really necessary. I mean, when you get good unfiltered apple juice, you should have plenty of stuff in there. I sprinkled a little bit of, I believe it was an English dry yeast. I don't even remember anymore, but that's beside the point. What are we here for? We're going to taste test the cider. It's only been cold crashing for about 3 days. If I gave it a full week, it'll probably clarify really nice. So I'm expecting it to be a little foggy. If it's clear, I'm happy, but I'm expecting it to be a little foggy. But king is, flavor is king. I'm also expecting it to be very dry because ciders, that's one of the things with ciders that a lot of people don't understand is that you either use a yeast that has a very low attenuation so you get some residual sweetness, or they back sweeten the cider, or they stop fermentation early. Those are things that you're really not going to be doing with something like this. Now you can use the yeast that has a high attenuation or low attenuation, so you end up with a naturally sweetness left behind because it won't eat all the sugars. But that's your call. You can also put some artificial sweetener in there that it won't get eaten by the yeast, but we're not into that. Stuff's nasty. We don't like it. It's gross. We do like it dry, but we'll see how this is. And I've been having a lot of people ask me, hey, can you pour on camera? That's something I don't normally do because I feel like it's a waste of your time, but hey, I'm gonna pour on camera.
All right.
We're gonna do half glasses because we got a bunch of other taste tests to do after this for different things, different equipment.
And I need to get home.
So. Yeah, and he needs to be able to drive. So we're gonna just go with it. And I'm doing it from behind here so you get to watch and I don't get to see what I'm doing very well. I'll see how this goes. Okay, it's not clear yet and that's fine. I'm not too worried. And there if you want a little foam, because it is a cider, it's not really going to have a lot of foam, it's just going to be carbonated. There you go, you want to hear it? And there we go. And it's recompressing to get the pressure back where it was. So here we go.
Yeah, like you said, a little foggy, but as expected.
Yeah, and some ciders that you get in, especially cideries, if that's a word, where they're doing lots of ciders, they'll have very clear, they'll have mild, and then they'll have darker ones. It's just based on usually the yeast and how long it's cold crashed. I mean, there's also ways to clarify it. There's things you can add that will pull out of suspension to keep it super clear, but king is flavor. So, I mean, that is what it is. And hey, before we taste test, hit the like. Appreciate it. But this is the iGulu using a homemade cider. Apple cider.
Just apple.
Just apple, nothing. Apple juice and nothing else.
It smells kind of like pear.
We like pear a lot.
I like pear, but it's just odd. I didn't expect that.
And I didn't check the ABV, but it's probably sitting up in the mid 7% or low 7%. It's extremely dry. I can tell you that off the first taste.
Very dry.
Yeah, extremely dry. Got a bit of a tang. I won't say it's a bad tang at all. Kind of reminiscent of a very subtle hint, and I don't want to say this, slightly acidic.
So what I was going to say is it's like orange juice without the orange. So yeah, acidic.
It's got a lot more acidity to it in the taste. I wouldn't quite say kombucha acidity. Not even close, actually. It's got a hint, but it's...
Yeah,
I think you put a little bit in
midway to that, I think.
Yeah, but it's nice, it's dry, it's, like I said, in the low 7s, extremely drinkable. Here's the key though, if you have an iGulu, and don't forget, if you want a deal, I'll have the codes down below. The link isn't an affiliate, my code is, but I get you a deal, so hey, if you don't want to save money, it's your call. But the key is, if you're using different apple juice, different pear, different, whatever you want, I mean, you're gonna get different flavors.
It is super dry, which, as a consequence, the apple kind of comes after.
It is. It's more later in the taste. Another trick you can do is you could always take this and you could cut it with a little bit of regular apple juice as you're pouring it. If it's just at home and you're sitting in your kitchen, I mean, you do it. You bring it up 3/4, maybe put a little bit. it'll bring the ABV from 7 down to maybe closer to 4.5, 5, but it'll do the back sweetening and give you a lot more apple and still keep some alcohol in there.
It's still good, but again,
Yeah.
like you're saying, it's almost 7 probably, and it's very dry, so you kind of run away from that apple flavor.
Yeah, and I could have
It's still
added
nice.
water and corn sugar and made it extremely dry. It would have helped it clarify a little bit better too, but why? I mean, it was so easy. All I did was add apple juice and yeast.
So that's it.
And I didn't even have to measure it because the keg in there has a measurement on it. So I just,
cool.
There we go, it's good. 1 second. And just in case you didn't see the first video, that's the apple juice I used. I bought it from a grocery store called Aldi's. It was pretty inexpensive and it's just 100% apple juice. No sugar, no water, no additives. Just apple juice. So, and this stuff's really freaking good too. Actually, hey, I'm gonna just do a splash since I have nothing left.
Too, actually.
He had a little more left, so I had to give him a little more. Yeah, there you go.
That's perfect.
There you go.
That's perfect.
It's back sweetened with real apple juice, and we're drinking it, and yeah. Cheers. Appreciate you. And that's it. Now, in theory, I could open this, add this, pressure it, and because it was an ale yeast, it probably would not re-ferment.
Oh, cool. I would say, like, how big is the keg?
1 gallon.
A cup, maybe half a cup.